So I have an announcement for all of you. This might be my last video for a little while. I don't really have a definite time frame. It isn't goodbye. I'll still be around. I'm not going away. But I just won't be posting any videos for a while. I've been given an opportunity for a new job that is too good to pass up. And so I've accepted that offer, and I'm really excited for what this means. And I don't know yet what it means for my channel. I don't plan on posting twice a week like I have been. I don't know that I'll even make it for twice a month. I do have some videos that I've already filmed that just need to be edited. And I really don't know yet what my time frame will look like for editing those videos. But I do plan on getting those out sometime in the near future. So this isn't goodbye forever. This is just, I'll be here. And of course, if anybody ever has any questions or comments on past videos, I'm always here to answer those questions. And my channel will not be going away. It just won't be active for the near future. The only thing I plan on turning off is my Patreon account. So now that my news is out, I just wanted to say thank you all so very much for being here and watching my videos. I can't say thank you enough. Making a YouTube channel, especially a cooking channel where there are so many cooking channels, although this is more of a specialty because it is gluten-free and I don't use sugar and some other things. But sometimes it's hard to get an audience. And I was really lucky from the get-go with my brother kind of shouting out my channel. And I've had a few collaborations that have been so much fun. I've met so many wonderful people. And it's really been such a wonderful experience having a YouTube channel. I never thought I would do it. I never thought I would make a cookbook. And here I am. And I've done all of this. And it's all because of you guys. And now for my patrons. Whether you are still a patron or were a patron for a short time or thought about becoming a patron, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. And for many of you, we've become friends. And I will still be your friend. I'm not going anywhere. I just won't be on YouTube very often. So thank you so much for being a part of this YouTube journey with me. Whether you've been here from the very beginning or you just found my channel yesterday. I've always had just a wonderful experience with you guys that are all so wonderful to me. If you're new to my channel, there is a lot of content here, over 230 videos for you to look at. All of my recipes are always in the description box. But thank you so much for watching and being a part of this channel with me. Hi, I'm Jilly G. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make my gluten-free lemon cupcakes with Lemon Ermine Buttercream. I think Ermine Buttercream has fast become one of my favorites. If you saw my oatmeal cream pies, if you saw my red velvet cupcakes, and then most recently my blackberry cupcakes, it really is a delicious buttercream. And you get so much flavor with the fruit. But that will be in a little bit. We've got to make the cupcakes first. So I need to preheat my oven to 350. And then this recipe makes 12 to 14. Sometimes you really never know how many cupcakes you're going to get. We always get at least 12. And then I've got 2 extra ones just in case. I'm not very scientific, but I think in my head that it depends on how well you whip your ingredients. And if they get a lot of air incorporated, you get a fluffier batter. Don't quote me on that. So the dry ingredients first. This is 1 3/4 cup of my gluten-free flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. All in there. So there's the dry ingredients. I do have 3 eggs, and then I've got a 1/3 cup of honey, and then in my stand mixer here I've got 1/2 cup of butter. And then I've got 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So 1/3 cup of honey to my 1/2 cup of butter in my stand mixer. I'm going to cream my butter and my honey together until they're really light and fluffy. Oh, maybe a couple of minutes or so. And this is looking really good, but I do want to scrape the bowl down just to make sure everything is getting mixed in. And then whip again for another, 30 seconds or so. And then I'll turn the mixer down to low and I'll add 1 egg at a time. I'm gonna scrape the bowl again. As you can see, my butter and honey are kind of stuck to the side of the bowl here. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So that's looking really good. I am going to scrape off the paddle and the bowl just to make sure all of this butter and honey and eggs are all getting really mixed together. And there's my oven that's ready. Now that I've got this all scraped down, I'm going to bring over my lemons. And we want 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. And I'm just going to eyeball. You can go less or more, whatever you like. Or leave it out altogether. I know some people don't like it in their baked goods, but it really does add so much lemon flavor. Make sure to get all of it off of here. So now we just need 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And I've got 2 lemons here. So we'll see. You never really know how juicy your lemons are. And then I've got my little strainer here. We don't want any seeds in our cupcakes. And it looks like 1 lemon won't be enough. 2 lemons will be too much. But that's all right. I always have things I can throw lemon juice in. So now we want to take our 1/4 cup of lemon juice and add it to our 1/3 cup of milk. This is kind of like making buttermilk. I'm going to turn the mixer on low speed for just a second to get that lemon zest mixed in. And then we'll start alternating between our dry ingredients and our milk and lemon juice. And I'm going to go about 3 additions of the dry ingredients and 2 additions of the lemon juice milk mixture. And this is the remaining milk and lemon juice. And this is the last of my dry ingredients. I'm going to turn the mixer up to about high speed, get this all mixed together. I'm going to scrape down the bowl and the paddle just to make sure everything is getting mixed in. Sometimes it's easier to take the bowl off of the mixer. Now back on medium then high speed for just another minute or so. And then I give it 1 more really good scrape. So bring over your muffin pan, and I'm going to use my same large spoon, and we want to go just over halfway full. Try to make them as even as possible. I usually find that if I do a little bit in each one, then I can go back and top them off and make sure they've all got almost the same amount. That one doesn't have hardly any in there. Whoop, don't be so noisy. And it looks like today I'm just going to get the 12. Some of them might be a little more than half, but I didn't think I had enough batter to fill up 2 cupcakes, and I didn't want to put a whole muffin pan with just 1 cupcake in it. But that's all right. So these will go in the oven again at 350, 15 to 18 minutes. I start checking at about 15 minutes, and then when a toothpick comes out clean, they're done. So my cupcakes went for about the full 18 minutes. And they smell amazing. Okay, toothpick is coming out clean. And they feel springy. They smell so good. So I'm going to let these cool in the pan for about 5 minutes. And then I'll put them on my cooling rack. And we want them to cool off completely before we frost them. My cupcakes are all cooled off. And this is my lemon juice ermine base for the buttercream. And I was going to make it the day before, but it's been 2 days since I made it. And then it's been in the fridge. Sometimes you just don't get to things as soon as you'd like. And it's really nice and chilled. And you can see it does have a little bit of movement to it, but it's pretty solid. So I've got 1 cup of butter in my stand mixer, and it's really soft, room temperature. I'm gonna whip this, start out on low, medium, and then high speed for a good solid 5 minutes. And while that is whipping, I'll show you how I made this. We need 1 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. I don't mind if there's pulp in my lemon juice, but I don't want any seeds. First thing I'm gonna do is turn my pan on about medium-high heat. I've got 2/3 cup of honey, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of white rice flour. Now so far I've not ever made this recipe using a different gluten-free flour. The white rice flour works so well, I just keep using it. And we want to cook this over medium heat until it thickens and boils. And if you haven't made this Ermine Buttercream yet, whether you've made it with milk or some kind of different fruit juice, I don't know what you're waiting for. It is absolutely delicious. And it's such a great alternative if you don't want to use powdered sugar, like I don't like to use powdered sugar. And even though there's the flour in here, it really has a nice texture at the end. It's not grainy or gritty at all. It really is delicious and smooth and creamy. So it is getting thicker. It's not quite up to a boil yet, but it's definitely getting thicker. There it goes. And right now it kind of looks like the filling for a lemon meringue pie. Turn off the heat, and we're just going to pour it into a separate bowl. We want to cover this in plastic wrap. I'm going directly on the surface. We don't want it to develop a skin, although I don't think it would, but you never know. Once this cools off to room temperature, I'll stick it in the fridge overnight. And about, 2.5 minutes in, I'm gonna scrape the bowl down, make sure all of this butter is getting whipped. And then we'll go another 2.5 minutes or so on high speed. And once my butter has been whipped for about 5 minutes, and it's really pale and light and fluffy, I'm gonna scrape the bowl down one more time, and this is what we're looking for. And then start spooning in my lemon mixture a little bit at a time until it's all combined. And then whip it on high speed just to give it one good whip. Now that all of my lemon mixture is in there, I really want to scrape the bowl down. Some of it kind of settles at the top of the butter mixture. And some of it's still on the side of my bowl. Now we're going to whip on high speed again, just to make sure everything is well combined, and then it gets a little bit fluffier again. At this point, you could add in some yellow food coloring. This is a really pale yellow. I'm going to leave it as is, but if you want a bright lemon yellow buttercream, do that. I want to give it a really good scrape. And I still think it's so interesting, this type of buttercream. It looks like homemade ice cream. It looks a little bit chunky, but it really does have a smooth, creamy texture. And this type of buttercream, I've discovered it works much better if you cook your flour mixture the day before, or in this case, 2 days before. It really helps it to hold its shape better if it's got a long chill time in the fridge. And just like any buttercream, if you feel like your kitchen is too warm or your buttercream is too warm, you can just stick this bowl in the fridge, or in this case, once it's in the piping bag, you can stick the piping bag in the fridge. So I've got my piping bag here, and then I've got the tip that I use the most. It makes the really pretty roses, although it doesn't have to. We're going to do a little bit different of a design with the same tip. And using a glass is really helpful to hold your piping bag up. And you don't have to frost these with a piping bag. You could just use a little offset spatula and just frost your cupcakes. Make sure to get a good twist. And it's okay if some of it's coming out already. Bring over your cupcakes. I'm going to move them closer together so they're easier to frost. And you want to make sure to get a good twist at the top of your pastry bag. That way, you're not squishing buttercream out both ends. So we do have some buttercream left. And my cup is a mess. Let's give it a taste. That is really good. So they look really good. It's a really soft yellow color. So like with most gluten-free baked goods, and with a buttercream like this, you definitely want to store them in the fridge. But it really looks delicious. Oh, and then I did cut up the rest of the lemon that I didn't use, and I just cut little teeny wedges. Then you could just stick them on the top, and then it gives people the indication that it is a lemon cupcake. How cute is that? I don't know that I have enough, but almost enough. There we go. They sure look good. So leftover buttercream. You can put this on whatever you like. I think I've mentioned before, growing up as a kid, a little treat that we would always have with leftover frosting was just put it between 2 graham crackers. That would be delicious. Or you could make lemon cookies. I actually have a lemon cookie recipe here on my channel. This would be really good on those. Vanilla wafer cookies, whatever. Okay, I'll eat this one over here that doesn't have a lemon wedge. Give myself some room. I think it looks delicious. It actually looks really nice and shiny. And it really is such a good frosting to put in a piping bag. It holds its shape really well. You don't have to use cupcake liners, but it just makes it easy. Easy cleanup in your muffin pan. And my buttercream, it is soft. So as soon as we're finished tasting this, it will definitely go in the fridge. My cake looks delicious. Nice and soft, nice and moist. I love the natural color. But again, you could add food coloring to make it more yellow if you want to. So here we go. That is so good. This buttercream, it really is reminiscent of a whipped cream icing or frosting or buttercream. It really has such a smooth texture. Even though it doesn't look very smooth, it really does. I'm going to taste my cake just by itself here. Delicious. I will say the strongest lemon flavor is coming from the buttercream. But the cupcake is delicious by itself. That is a perfect lemon cupcake. At least I think so. And I've said it before. If you are used to the American buttercream that is really sweet, that's made with powdered sugar, I don't know that you would enjoy this buttercream. One of the things I like about it the most is it's not very sweet at all. And maybe you don't like the Ermine Buttercream. These cupcakes are delicious. Make your favorite lemon buttercream, which would just be powdered sugar, some butter, and some lemon juice. You could even make a cream cheese buttercream to go on these cupcakes. So if you like a sweeter buttercream, make one of those. But I think this one is perfect. Let me know what you think if you make this recipe. And you don't have to put the little lemon garnish on, but they really do look cute. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.